Hello everyone, this is Janie Casey. At the risk of sounding redundant, Happy New Year. While we've just gone through all the merriment and the festivities associated with Christmas, New Year, and the various holidays that people celebrate, we need to remember that there are people back home who are struggling to survive. They are struggling for just 3 meals a day. And for those who can afford to, it is not made easy for them, as there is an intentional infliction of financial distress in that country called Nigeria. An intentional infliction of financial distress. There is something in the law called intentional infliction of emotional distress and negligent infliction of emotional distress. I have coined this term, intentional infliction of financial distress in Nigeria. So for those who even work hard and have the money to purchase, basic necessities, it is made very, very challenging for them. So while we marry and celebrate, we should remember that there are people who have real struggles, to survive. So when you think of your family and you think of people to help, try to imagine the larger community. For me, if I can make 100 people happy, I would rather make 100 people happy than just make one person happy, because you will get a lot of satisfaction from doing that. The video clips rather that I'm about to show you are video clips from my maternal and paternal villages right before the Christmas holiday. So my mom and I together sent bags of rice and some things to cook with the rice to the women in our village, in my maternal and paternal village. So you can do it according to what makes you feel, most comfortable. So in this case, what touched me the most in watching the video is the gratitude that was expressed by these women, the pure gratitude expressed by them. And the reason I want to share this is that I want you to see how you can touch people with so little. And these women, I keep telling people politics is not something you get into. Politics gets into you, because daily life is politics. When you purchase something, the price of things is decided by the politics around you. So these women are well versed in politics, because as they celebrated what they've just received, there's a line there where they say shame. And if you listen to it, they are talking about the intentional infliction of financial distress that was placed upon them by the Nigerian government. You'll be surprised to know that the price of a bag of rice in the United States is cheaper than the price of a bag of rice in Nigeria. And around the Christmas holiday, things get even more expensive. The cost of things becomes absolutely ridiculous just because of the holiday season. And when you talk about the blockade, that went on in the borders, and that caused an increase in the cost of goods, that affected mainly people of Biafran extraction. So when you celebrate, please think of your brothers and sisters back home, not just your immediate family members, but your extended family and friends and the entire community as a whole. If we all do this, we'll create a better world. So I just want to thank everybody for listening to this video. If you listen to it to the end, please watch the clips. And again, this is not just to show you people being excited over, food. This is to show you that for them, what touched me the most also was that they were happy to be remembered. They were happy that someone is thinking of them. And there's a saying, that's an Igbo proverb. So basically thinking of someone and saying hello, it cures a lot. Now, when we talk about feeding the body, that's one thing. But an act like that not only feeds the body, but it also feeds the mind, because you're letting them know that you care. So for instance, the family that would have spent that money on rice, for instance, or tomatoes or whatever, can now use that money for something else, maybe for school fees or for the next celebration, and that's something that they're going to remember you for. Please think of helping people back home, and if you're a Biafran, you know what we're going through, and it's incumbent upon you to reach out and be your brother's keeper. Thank you.
Omenendo mumokoro bioma. Ani kelere gi chika chinine. Onye mere ka ide nza. Shina January wono bochi. Ihe bila bini ne faka. Ne faka. Hani na nefe. Na na ekele. Ebe jamma. Ebe elu nine. Ebe kunine gara ke na. Ani kelere gi maka ihe ọma dị mere. Ani kelere gi maka mecha. Ani kelere kwara gi maka ije mere anyị. Otito niile. Amen. Ani kelere gi owula di nwanyi. Ye shinu re ya. Enu chi anyị. Chineke chi anyị gbakwara Christmas. Amen. Chineke chi anyị gbakwara Christmas n'aha Jesus. Amen. God of 11th hour. Chineke chi anyị. Amen. Chineke onye anyị ya bụ chi. Otu onye gị na ya ga-ekele otito. Nna chere anyị nwanyị. Amen. Amen. Chi anyị chi ezinụlọ. Amen. Chineke ime na otito. Ebe ọcha anyị eri ya gbala anyị Christmas. Ya nụkwara isi ije adaga. Buharịa shen. Buharịa shen. Chineke otito niile nwere. Amen. Oh. Kishi. Ondo bumo kanye eri. Amen. Chuli gine chino yoge ya gajela ni. Amen. Panu jiriche ani Chineke che age na ha ji. Amen. Odumi je ye prazu. Nna biko na edu ya na echekwa ma ya. Na echekwa ma ezinụlọ ya. Nyere ya aka, nọnyere ya. Nọnyere ihe niile o nwere. Nọnyekwara na anyị. N'aha Jizọs. Amen. Chineke ọ hụrụ ihe anyị chọrọ. Yes yo. Chineke ọ hụrụ ihe anyị chọrọ. Amen. Onye nụrụ onye. Amen. Onye ba awereke ya. Amen. Onye ba awereke ya. Amen. Ye ruru iku, ye ruru ibe. Amen. Chineke anyị shi ha ọwụla wọ ọnwụ ike. Destroy. Amen. Ha ọwụla wọ ọnwụ ike n'ụmụ okoro. Anyị ji Isaiah 28:17 were na-akagbu ya ọ ga-adị ire n'aha Jizọs. Amen. Chineke onye ukwu nna nke eluigwe ebebi nke eluigwe agbanwe nke ebo Chineke tutu niile ebe ife hụ shijiri na ụmụ ya ihe ike mee ha Chineke ọ gakwana eme ha n'aha. Amen. Ọpụpụ ha na mba ahụ Chineke ekwu maka ya na-eduzi na-echekwa ma nọnyere hụ n'ụtụtụ nọnyere hụ n'abalị nọnyere hụ mgbe niile gaka echi ya bụ amaji Chineke ndekọ ọzọkwa nwekwara anyị Chineke na-eche aha Chineke gozie nwoke gozie nwaanyị akpa niile furu efu ụmụ anyị achọrọ ahụ ka anya mmiri Chineke anyị achọrọ anya Chineke ya mee naanị ya bara aja aja ekele n'aha Jizọs Kraịst onye nwe anyị. Amen. I love that. Hallelujah. Amen. I love that.
video. Video.